I played basically the perfect game of Survivor.
That was Australian Survivor All-Stars winner David Genat. And in this video, we're going to break down how he played one of the greatest seasons of all time to crown himself the golden god of Australian Survivor. But before we start, it is important to note that in Australian Survivor, it is common for those who start the game hard and fast to be voted off pretty quickly. People like Joey in Brains vs Brawn and Rich in Brains vs Brawn 2 are prime examples of this. However, even though David was one of the top people in his alliance pre-merge, he never received many votes, highlighting the impressiveness of his gameplay. He was then able to carry success post-merge as well, going against a common trend in Australian Survivor. David's first big move happens before the third tribal of the season, with the blindside on Daisy. However, it was how this vote-off came about that made it so impressive. He was able to form an unlikely alliance with Matt, which involved him keeping votes off each other and using their individual alliances and advantages to get out a common enemy. Not only that, but at the very same tribal, Dave was able to manipulate Brooke and flush her idol in an unprecedented double move that was perfectly executed.
You already see where the split is, right? You already see where the tribe split is? Yeah. You run one side, I run on the other side. We just knock off the underlings from the bottom. When it comes down to crunch time, we keep the votes on. We make sure they're not on us. And we actually do.
My hands on the idol. Keep the hands up. Wait for votes out. But the votes are going to come on Daisy. So Daisy's going to go out.
I got big plans for this tribal tonight. I want Brooke to think I'm scared of going home, and I want Matt to plant those seeds so that she'll play it for me at tribal tonight. If I can get Daisy out and I can flush Brooke's eye, this could work out good for me.
Anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
I'm going to play this one. I'll play it for Jackie.
While we're on the topic,
Okay. Who are you playing this for?
I will play it for David.
For David. Third person voted out of Australian Survivor All-Stars. Daisy.
After Tribe Swap, he continued to play big by stepping up his social game. He was able to take advantage of people like Jackie and Zach to get close to them and their people, giving him options come merge. But his most notable move was finding two idols, carrying them both into merge. As he said himself,
You know how much I love my idols.
what was most impressive about this feat was that his second idol was got from a clue which Phoebe gave him. That same night, David bluffed her with the idol, sending her home in the ultimate power move.
Do you want to let me in on that? I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's in a termite mound.
There's one termite mound that I know specifically behind our shelter. I need to throw Phoebe off the scent.
Did you shoot these ones back in this other side?
Yeah, protect him.
I kind of start telling thieves about termite mounds that I might have seen away from camp. I know the exact termite mound that I want to search. There it is.
Got it, baby.
First time in the history of Australian Survivor, someone is sitting on two idols.
There's a bigger one.
That's 4 votes, that's enough. Phoebe, the tribe has spoken.
He also made a number of other calculated moves, putting himself in the best position going into merge.
Willing to work with Mo, and to be honest, she's got a couple loyal soldiers over there that I would like to take charge of. I've put a lot of work in on Zach already. I feel very good about Zach.
Dude, he's all over it.
I might need some pointers on
He's all over it.
Look, man, when it comes to Zach, I plan to be the Emperor, and I'm going to make that dude my Sith Lord. Nick has a couple of lifelines when it gets to merge. I would like to be the only Vakama lifeline when it gets to merge. So Nick needs to get gone. I do not like leaving loose ends in this game, and Nick is the loose. I am making sure that Nick does not have any moves. No moves. You can't play my game, Nick.
12th person voted out of Australian Survivor All-Stars. Nick.
After merge, David hit the ground running, planning an undercover operation against the 5 original Vakama members.
The plan is to go deep undercover, let the Vakama 5 think that I'm on the bottom of the Makuta Alliance and that I want to flip back to Vakama. I'll take Zach with me and we are going to decimate that old Vakama tribe. This plan is basically like the Trojan horse. I'm wheeling in on the horse as a peace offering. What they don't know is right on the inside of that is me and the Makuta 7.
What can be said is that David is a man of his word. When JLP asked why he came back so soon, his response was simple.
Revenge.
Specifically?
You'll have to wait and see.
And he was successful, knocking out everyone that had voted him out in Champions vs Contenders 2.
I came back to right some wrongs. To get the people out of this game that blindsided me last time and end up being the sole survivor. And Harry's my last target.
And second member of our jury, Harry. Harry, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
His continuous ability to use and manipulate people to do what was best for him can't be understated either, showing the control that he had over the tribe.
Shawnee's interesting. I haven't really had much chance to play with Shawnee. But I see you, girl. I know what you're doing. She's doing a pretty good job playing an amazing social game. But who else plays an even better social game? Me. Unfortunately for her, Shawnee has to go to exile. And then I really need to figure out who else goes to exile. So my game plan basically is I'm going to convince Zach that he should go to exile by appealing to his ego, by appealing to his sense of being a hero. So we look at it like this. 2 are going to go on Sean. 2 are going to go on you. 2 are going to go on Jackie.
Zach, Jackie, Shawnee, grab your torches, head on out to exile.
Another crucial moment occurs at Final 7 in a key tribal council for David's game. Brooke wins that day's individual immunity, which meant that David was on the chopping block, not being able to trust Sean. To get Sean to vote with him and to take out Shawnee, he executed a high-risk, high-reward move that threatened to blow up his game.
I'm going to show it to Sean to be like, this will pull us through the game. We use it together. But at the same time, I'm also saying, I am not going home tonight, Sean. So you better play this close to your chest. You better make the right decision.
I wanted to say, I'm guaranteeing us a little something special.
No way, man. How do you do this?
At the Final 4 immunity challenge, David has to win to stay in the game. He manages to do so, sending Brooke home and setting himself up for the perfect Final 3.
If she wins the next individual immunity, I'm not going to Final Tribal Council. I'm gone. That's basically my dream turned into a nightmare.
He is right there. Can he land that ball? And he does! David wins individual immunity. Immunity is yours, my friend. 21st person voted out of Australian Survivor All-Stars, 8th member of our jury. Brooke.
Off the back of this, David was in perfect position going into final immunity. Getting rid of Brooke eliminated his main challenge threat, leading to him winning the last immunity challenge, booking a spot in the final 2, and taking Sean with him.
Sean slips. And David wins final immunity. David, come on over. Final immunity is yours. Guaranteed a 50% chance of winning this game. 22nd person voted out, 9th and final member of our jury. Moana.
All that was left now was to pitch his game to the jury. He explained his moves perfectly, stroking egos to perfection and outgunning Sean in all areas of the game in a dominant tribal council.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I was the mole. I was the bloody mole. On Vakama, I found my first idol on day 17. And then, after the cake shop reward, Phoebe found a clue. It was in a termite mound. I'm the only person in Australian Survivor history to have 2 idols at the same time. I played big, I played unapologetically, I made big, exciting and interesting moves. and in a way, I've played the most honest game I ever have.
I hope I'm the sole survivor that All Stars deserve. It was an honor to play with you guys, and I owe you all a debt of gratitude.
Thanks for this opportunity, guys. What an amazing season. And man, I had a lot of fun. That's it.
And all of that led up to this moment.
Winner of Australian Survivor All Stars, David.
He won the jury vote 8-1, capping off one of the best seasons in Survivor history. As we recap the season, David's list of feats is impressively long. At the final Tribal Council, he referred to himself as the King of Idols, because
I kept 2 idols in the game for 19 days without having to play one. I had you play an idol for me at the start of the game. I had Matt play an idol for Jackie. I played an idol for my main man Tarzan, but at no point during the game did I actually need to play an idol for myself.
He also mentioned how he was part of
The strongest alliance that Australian Survivor's ever seen.
with Sean, Tarzan and Mo. On top of this, he took home 3 individual immunity wins, the second most for the season. All of this and more shows how David played the perfect game of Survivor.